Thank you so very much,
Okay.
Dr. Morris. And indeed, I totally agree with Dr. Mukarty. Uh, since we all are researchers here, if I just look into the research capacity building, you have identified three variables. Number one is your talent, number two is the funding, and number three is the infrastructure. Essentially, we need to have an ascent curve for the capacity building. And these three variables are on that curve. For example, the talent, I personally feel it's a most principal one that can be taken as an offset because you cannot buy the talent, you cannot generate the talent. And but this talent actually provide the initial offset for your research capacity curve. If I would call it a curve, we need to have a ascent curve or the rising curve. The funding, I would say, is a multiplier. Like, for example, you have a very good talent, and that's been supported by the funding. It multiply the rise of a curve. Likewise, your infrastructure or the research culture is a likewise a variable on this curve. So essentially, if we need to have a rising curve of a research capacity building in an organization, the first, we should have highly talented individual so that you could have a starting point at the upper layer. Like if you could make a graph, on the graph you have an x-axis and you have a y-axis, and on the y-axis if you have a research capacity. So initially, the talent provide the initial point of your curve. Higher the talent, higher the research capacity growth. Then your funding is a multiplier because even you have a good talent, but you are found to be deficient for in terms of the funding. So definitely it would not make such difference. And the research culture and infrastructure is also an offset for this curve. So, with this, to be very absolute to your answer, in my opinion, the most principal variable is the talent. Subsequently, is your funding, which is a multiplier. And the third one is the infrastructure. If you have funding, definitely you would have an infrastructure. So, this is what is from my side to be very absolute.